another episode of Despite the Challenges. I'm host Ritu Chopra. Despite the challenges, they show where we showcase people who have come this tremendous obstacles, challenges in their own lives. Not only that, they turn around, they contribute to the society and inspire people. Today I have a guest who have two autistic boys, children with special needs, a stay-home mom, taking care of them and not giving up, accepting the disabilities what nature has given them, and she has taken up the cause not only to educate the local communities, but she has gone all the way up to the United Nations. My guest today is Anita Sharma. Anita, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ritu. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
Tell us your story.
Okay, Ritu, as a woman, you have so much to share with people from your life journey. Telling you my story, the aspect we are covering today, everyone reaches a point where they have something that makes sense. Sometimes it breaks them down, and especially as a woman, we have a lot of hurdles, challenges, a lot of weaknesses and constraints which a woman has to go through, and especially coming from that South Asian background. So here I'm going to talk to you about my challenges as a mother.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm a mother of two children, two very beautiful children. My older one is 16 years old and my younger one is 13. And once upon a time, they were both diagnosed with autism. My older one has multiple disabilities. He has come a long way. Yes. When he was 3 years old, I had another one who was perfectly fine, a mainstream child, and was again diagnosed at the age of 3 with autism.
Oh.
So having two children at one point of time for a mother, it was a lot to go through.
I am sure.
Yes.
Sure.
So this is my story, and everything wraps around my children for the last 16 years. I accepted it and decided a strategy and moved forward.
I think it's a very hard thing to do. We hear all these things on television and the news, and sometimes don't think that that happens to us. This is in the news, right? When it hits home and hits your own family, and I'm sure it's very devastating.
Yes, it is, Ritu, and especially I told you from coming from the South Asian background, when my children were diagnosed, it mostly comes in the woman.
There's a lot of social stigma.
A lot of social stigma, when I used to move around, people used to look at my children with a lot of curiosity. Because they were not educated, there was no awareness.
Yes.
And especially in India, like being in the United States, it's a lot more easier. The awareness level is quite higher.
There's a lot more education available about the special needs.
A lot of facilities, a lot of resources.
Schooling, etc. and caregiving.
Right.
Yes.
So, I always used to tell people one thing. We all have a platter in life.
Yes.
Whenever everybody, when I went to India, people used to say, oh, it's because of the karmas. So I tell people, everybody has a platter. In somebody's platter, you have this problem, someone has this problem. When it comes to children, why is it always associated with women, a mother?
Yes. Yes, I fully understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Easier to push the burden.
Yes. So this is what it is, and I accepted it, and I actually, to be very frank, was in denial. I always thought my children are not autistic. Autism is a very big spectrum. It's a neurodevelopmental disorder which disables a child to have a normal communication, social skills and intellectual skills. So not many times people get confused about what's going on. Like my younger one, he's a mainstream child. He has totally come out of autism after a lot of therapies. And as of today, he tells me that, do you even know the older brother is fooling us? He's not autistic. He's just making it up. So, you know, all these things. He's 13. And he himself was in the spectrum and he knows what it is. But at times he says he's just fooling mom. At times he's good and then he's all of a sudden he's not performing those things. So this is what autism is.
I met both of them, Avi and Manav. And I know your younger one is, you know, such a vibrant young man. Just doing regular things that any young child would do.
Right.
And he takes care of his older brother very well. That was so inspiring to see that.
Thank you.
And I am sure that there had been so many turning points in your life that I can cover in this show. Tell me something that really stands out.
Okay, when I had my older one, and he was almost like 3 years old, three and a half years old, and I always used to cry to people, saying that, why did God choose me for this? Why my child? It's $1 million question. Why me? For any kind of thing.
Yes, sometimes we don't have the answer.
Yes,
the
we don't
question
have
comes,
answer.
why me?
That's right. So I used to have a therapist who used to come to my house, and she always saw me. She used to hear my stories. And one day she said, you know, Mrs. Sharma, you have your older one who has problems, but you have your second one who is so good. My second one started walking when he was 8 months, but my older one started walking when he was 4 years.
Okay.
So she said, you have so much to enjoy. Look at what you have. Don't cry for what you don't have, because you never know. And the turning point in my life was my younger one all of a sudden stopped talking, and he was diagnosed with autism.
Oh.
That was the time I realized I never enjoyed it. I never enjoyed what I had. I was always crying for why my older one. So that was a turning point. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go work with them, and that's it. So we will have to enjoy what we have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how often we get so much drawn into what is not there and overlook what we have. And that happens so often. You know, I catch myself where I see something didn't shape up the way I had worked hard for something, and I snap out of it, which is harder, which is really hard sometimes to snap out of it and say that, look what I have already accomplished, because we set some standard for ourselves and we have some expectation of ourselves. And let alone, we see things that we haven't accomplished, we see in our children. For them, our dreams in our children to be accomplished.
Exactly. And especially when it comes to imperfection, so-called, you know, in this world, we always relate, you know, why it was given. We perform something wrong, that's a different thing. But when it's given by nature, we want the answers.
We want the answers. Yes. And that really brings me to ask you a couple of questions here that you have founded this non-profit, Attach Avi, and I'm really inspired by going through some of the material that you have put it out there. And you know, you said Attach Avi. Give me a little bit. How did you come up with this name, and what inspired you?
Okay. My inspiration has always been my son. He's 16. He has a communication skill of a 5-year-old. But when you ask him, Avi, what do you want to be? He very straight says, I want to be a speech therapist.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, like, according to me, there's nothing which is impossible. The word impossible says, I am possible. I met a lady a few years back, and she told me that, you know so much, why don't you work professionally? I was like, what do you mean by professionally? She says, out of your home. So I said, my children need me. And she said, no, the society needs you now more. Your life journey, whatever you have learned, you have to give back to society what you have got from the society. So that was the time I decided, okay, what is my strength? And somebody, once upon a time, I mean, we meet all different kind of people in our life, told me, you don't know anything.
No.
So I said, I only know autism. That is what I've lived for so many years. That day I decided, I'll make autism my strength. And I will do some kind of social work for the society. That was the time I said, let me form a non-profit. What can I do in autism? So the best thing was to make people aware of the condition.
Yes.
Here we have a lot of awareness, but still people don't know the insight of autism.
Oh, absolutely. I have a lot more to ask you. And,
I mean, it's a very, the show is going to be very short. We can have another, another
episode.
Another episode. So that was a time I decided autism is a puzzle. Nobody knows what happens.
Yes.
Why is it caused? And the sign for autism, like the symbol for autism is puzzle. I always used to
see that you have them on
everywhere. That's a worldwide sign for autism.
Okay.
It's a puzzle, like why it happens, nobody knows. I always used to think, what is that puzzle piece? If it was connected, my son would do so much. At times he's so good, but at times he's not. He lacks in so many social skill things. So attach means autism, the tremendous and challenging hurdle. And Avi is my son's name.
Beautiful.
And I hope one day we are able to attach that puzzle piece and we have a cure for autism.
And I'm sure there's a lot more parents out there going through the same thing that you have gone through. And what really inspired me that you did not give up after knowing that your both children have special need, and from the health conditions that they were, you pretty much reversed a whole lot of it.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to share something with our viewers? Because I'm sure that they would be inspired and maybe this would provide them something to help their children.
Definitely. So, my son, my older one, has multiple disabilities. He has autism. A part of it is called pervasive developmental disorder. He has heart condition. He has a kidney condition. And he has muscular dystrophy.
Wow.
So, living my life with him, my life was all about my children. I didn't even think that, there's something called mother. I was just serving them. There was a time he did not walk. So just to make him walk, I used to have a big bucket of sand, put him inside it, put the sand in the bucket, 1 cup each time, put hundreds of cups, make him stand there, and then after some time, take sand 1 by 1 cup. And every day I used to do this 4 times. So this is a little thing. So what I need to say
such
here...
a big thing to even think of that you are not giving in because of his condition.
Yes, I mean, a mother has to do it. By nature, everybody does it. So this is what I want to tell the parents. You can make so much difference in their life. I'm so proud of the work I've done because even with the billions of dollars, you cannot make that difference today if I didn't work that time with my children.
And he's swimming now.
He swims, he does basketball, he can do his laptop. This was the child. The doctors told me he'll never hold his neck.
Wow.
I don't know, the age in muscular dystrophy is very less, but he enjoys his everyday. He's happy and he's independent. What else a mother wants?
I have seen him. I mean, he even took, after he had his meals, and he takes his plate to the sink, and
he's very
pretty independent and disciplined.
Yes.
The credit goes to you.
No, it is this, Ritu, these kids, they follow a pattern. Autism is all about auto. Auto means, do repeatedly one thing. So if you want to really, really discipline them or teach them something, give them a structure.
And you have very successfully done it for them.
Exactly. And I thank this country. The system they have, the education system, no child left behind. This is such a good thing. Even if a child is in a wheelchair, has a right to go to school.
Absolutely.
This is America.
We can talk so much on this.
Right.
The opportunities that available here to educate, to aware society in general, there is so much need, and I'm sure that there is so much need, there's not enough being done. And you have impacted not only your local communities, and you led this walk at India Gate, which is a platform, a place for all major protests to any kind of cause where people need to draw attention of the administration and media and news and whatnot. And you have having all that you had in your hands to deal with, and you're thinking that you wanted to take it to a bigger level.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your India Gate walk, autism walk.
Okay, so for last 2 years, my base work has been mostly in India. The reason being, India needs it more than anywhere else. Countries like India, US, we have a lot of awareness, I told you. So I took a break from here and I started sensitizing people about autism in India.
Okay.
I went to 60 different schools, and then the high schoolers. I educated them about the causes, signs, and symptoms of autism. I went to different corporates, like the big companies. I was so surprised. People, they work all 365 days, but even including me, how many of us think about doing the volunteer work? No matter whatever disability. Did we ever take out even an hour out of 365 days to help somebody?
So you caused awareness in the schools.
Yes.
So because a lot of younger children may have sibling or someone in their families.
Yes, for that reason,
I was at early stages.
Yes, I was in a school, whereas I was giving my speech, and after I was done, there were 3 children who started crying. And I was like, what happened? The teachers brought them, and she said, one of the child said that I think my brother has autism. So I said, oh really? So she says, but I said, can you give me your mom's number? I'll call her. And she said, don't do that, please, she'll be mad. Why did I tell the whole world? So this is what
social stigma.
We have to have the awareness.
Yes.
We have to make people aware, accept it, do the early intervention, and move forward.
I want to show my viewers the picture of the school children, and you went to so many schools and asking 25 students to walk to help to come into this India Gate walk.
Yes.
And this is one of the picture that we have.
Yes, I went to 60 different schools. So the only request I did to them was send 25 students from each school for my walk.
Okay.
So that altogether made so many thousands of students who came for the walk. And after seeing all the, knowing everything about autism, I told them one thing: each one teach one. By the end of the day, after my seminar, every one of you has to go home and tell people if there's any child in your society or in your surrounding who's not been diagnosed.
I really like that. Very inspiring. Each one teach one.
Yes.
And this was a big operation to arrange all this walk. And you had the Chief Minister of New Delhi.
Yes.
Come and join you in this walk.
And we had she had a surgery that day, and she was supposed to come only for 2 minutes. But I had a program where we, made the autistic children dance on the stage.
I am so inspired by this.
I spent 1 month, and if you see the video,
yes, we'll take a look at this clip.
Yes, and then when I taught them, and they were all severely autistic children.
And they are dressed up in their costumes.
Yes, they followed all the directions. They were happy. The parents were happy seeing them on the stage. How many people gave them the platform?
You brought a huge turning points in their lives.
And they were happy, and I was so happy, making a difference in their lives. Yes, giving them recognition, So,
and I am so inspired by these pictures, and these majority of these children here.
They were the mainstream schools who wanted to perform. So there's a group called Sharma Academy, and they dance for non-profits, and they really volunteered. They said, can we participate in some way and work for the cause?
Wow.
So that was the time, yes.
And I want to talk a little bit more about the dance that you are arranging for children with the special needs or autistic children. But I want to just come back just for a moment that you had given, you had presented at the United Nations. Just give us a little bit what led to this.
Okay, actually what happens is I'm always looking for opportunities where I can go. So, I got an opportunity where United Nations was releasing a book on drawing autism. Like the autistic children, what all they like drawing. So that is how I ended up there. And while I was talking, they were professionals. I'm not a professional. I always give a disclaimer. I'm just a mother who has lived it. So over there, I had answers for everything in one package. You have doctors, you have teachers, you have therapists. Everybody has different answers.
And as a parent, you have to deal with each aspect of that.
Exactly. So this is what I talked about now.
What
I say every mother is a full resource. She has lived it with the child. So the best resource is mother. So that is one thing. And I would like to go next year. I'm writing a book on my life journey dealing with autism. I would like this book to be released in other nations.
What a great way to present
Yes,
your journey.
Yeah, my ultimate aim is to open a respite center. Respite center is a place which gives you a breather, parents especially.
Yes.
Going through all these things as a couple, you don't get an opportunity where you can spend time together. This leads to so many people breaking up the homes, going into divorce.
Yes.
And every woman has so much to handle, wherein men, by nature, they think that the mother is getting too occupied with the children.
Yes.
So I want to open this respite center where a parent can leave their children with a non-profit, where we can take care of the child, and the parents can go have
a little time off to themselves.
Yes,
this is so funny. I read a quote recently which said that, divorce lawyer costs more money than a babysitter for a date night.
That's so true. So for this, I am doing a fashion show where...
Yes, I am so inspired to hear all that. Yes.
Yes, normally when people do fashion shows, they just do it for fundraising or, to showcase the talent of the fashion designers. But this is a very unique kind of fashion show where what we are doing is we are making the autistic generation walk the ramp.
Wow.
To showcase the fashion industry,
and
to accept these children.
And their costumes, etc.
Yes, so it is a potential that, this can be a lifestyle option for the autistic people. Yes. They have good faces, they have charming faces, they have good personalities, and to show the fashion, you don't need so much of brain. What you need
absolutely.
is,
absolutely. And it gives them something to feel different.
Exactly. And it can be something where they can make money. They can be a big part of fashion industry. So as of today, I request the advertising, fashion industry, the corporate world. There are so many ways we can involve these people.
And when is this fashion show?
It's happening in April of next year.
Which is the Autism Awareness Month.
Yeah, it's called the fashion show. Yes, Autism Awareness Month, and the fashion show is called We've Got Talent Too.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, it's
and where is it would be held?
It will be held in Nicholas Music Center in Rutgers, New Brunswick.
Okay.
Yes, and I want people to volunteer. I'm looking for student ambassadors who can help these children, show them, teach them how to walk the ramp. Because I had a fashion show in India where we had children, and to teach them, it was such a long effort, such a big effort.
So you would have to first prepare these volunteers.
It's like months of practice.
Okay.
Because even my son, if you put him on the stage, he say, I don't want to come down. So to teach them that particular style.
Okay.
Because it's okay, you have a disability, but the world wants to see the best. So why not try the best?
I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure that there's so much to talk about this and to share thoughts with our viewers. So we will continue. I'd like to have you come back so we can talk a little bit more about upcoming these dance for the autistic children and any need for awareness and corporate sponsors and the volunteers. So we'll talk a little bit more about that because we have limited time on the show. But I would like to know, for all that you have accomplished, this is for someone being told that you don't have a talent, you don't have much you don't know anything, to going to the United Nations and releasing your own book. This is such an honor.
Thank you.
And I think that what you have done, especially this walk in 2013, March of 2013, April of 2013, in New Delhi at India Gate, which again, this society lives with so much social stigma, and giving them, especially parents, a hope that it's okay to talk about it.
That's right. It's all about awareness. What if it's a disability with the mind? Everybody has some or the other problems.
Some or the other
problems. My child with the brain.
Accepting the things that we can cannot change and do something about it. It's such a need out there for people to come out of that shell, and what you are doing that is there is really no limit, and I'm sure that it's just not an autism parents with children having
my reason was autism because I had autistic children. But this is what I want to tell everybody. Out of 365 days, take out few hours, just 5 hours, maybe 1 hour every month, and go to people who need your help, no matter of whatever disability it is. Just go out. If they cannot learn the way we teach, we must teach the way they can learn. That's my slogan.
Okay, so how can they contact you?
Anybody who they can go to my website. Yes,
Foundation.
I'm looking for student ambassadors who I can sensitize, and they can further go to communities, to be moms, to corporates, and tell causes, signs, and symptoms of autism, and take it from there. Make the whole world aware of the insights of autism.
Okay, and we can provide our viewers the email and a phone number, website on our screen.
Exactly.
And what would you like to share with our viewers in a couple of sentences? Whatever comes, what's so inspiring, and how can they find the best out of the worst situations?
My thing is, just give your 100%. God has given us a very blessed brain. When we see these children and think how blessed you are. In a way, if you can give to the society in any ways where it can help these children or anybody, at the end of the day, you have a peaceful sleep that, okay, you did something. Because these days, we are forgetting about the volunteer work. We are so busy, everybody is so busy with their life. So just take out some time out of your busy schedule and see if you can do a selfless effort.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your life story, and I look forward to bringing you back and providing our viewers more information on the upcoming dance in October at Rutgers campus. And we'll give all the information for our viewers. And
I'm looking forward for people to join my fashion show called We've Got Talent Too. They really have got talent, and everybody has to join hands together with them.
And I'm sure a lot of people watching us, they will reach out to their local communities and contacts to help you in this cause. And I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Anita. With our viewers, I would like to share